Ngiyabingelela nonke emakhaya once again. Brother Sono, sizobheka ke isifundo kafushane, isifundo esikhuluma ngendalo, the creation. Sizoshare nje, summarize briefly ukuthi sikhuluma ngani isifundo. And that is what we want to learn today. As we go from wherever and we learn something from it. Let us pray as we open this process to be Nazi, changing physics into and parts which is fine with Jesus. Amen. Yeah, now if you look at the column creation, my duty is just to summarize this fundo, which is in Kulmakan. We have been seeing a very disturbing thing in Ukraine where Russian troops or the Amma soldiers in Russia, they were bombed in maternity ward, I'm told. With mothers who were preparing to give birth. And you can see with their president, Putin, is a madman. Now on the other side, fully massive millions, but they were killing massive millions, worse pregnant women. So you can see, otherwise, Singapore is paid because we are led sometimes to follow a country. I understand the politics behind my threats our life from the US. I understand what you know. But how desperate can you be to a point where you end up killing more civilians? But one interesting thing, one of the news that I heard, I think one of the missile was targeting Imandla Masabati in Ukraine. And the refugees are under corner for season. So as a targeting missile figure, they are shy on the ground, but they are not explode, and that should tell us which one is protecting our back. You can see which seraphims and angels came and the figure with anger inside. The missile has stopped anything that needed to explode, cause the battle happen. And that for me is encouraging to know people is protecting our work. In fact, if you listen to some of the news back channel to Masala, they are not affected. They are passing out a message of one that from the message and all those things. So we shouldn't be worried. Major 24/6 was more as because these things must happen and they tell us what's the end is near, but they are not the end yet. It's not the end yet. So we are there at the moment. Currently, we are seeing the news that Putin is willing to withdraw the army in Ukraine. It's bad. It's bad. But anyway, we are looking at this summarized version. You see, Indalo. We've prayed. We'll just go straight to the summary. This one will be very short because it's straight to the point. Now, Genesis 1:1. Now, what we see here is three things that are wants us to note. There are at least three things that the writer doesn't want us to miss. Number one, ukuthi ufuna sizwisise ukujula kwani Sabbath. Ukuthi why sanikezwa lona and why we need the Sabbath. So we'll understand umsuka walo nokujula kwalo That's one thing. Number two, siphinde sibheke nemandla okudala uNkulunkulu makadala umuntu from esihlabathini or emhlabathini, from the dust of the ground, from two. And then we're also going to be looking at this class and this emkhathini that uNkulunkulu said they must not eat the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So those are the three things in creation that we want us to focus on for this week. And just want to go through it and in summary, and then you can also follow through. So more beyond the Sunday part, you will find Psalm 100 verses 1 to 2. Singabala uNkulunkulu sidalwe nguye, the sheep of his pasture, izimvu zedlelo lakhe. So that's a very powerful text, which you don't need to go and look for a pasture. uNkulunkulu uyakutholela yena amadlelo according to the verse. So that is what we find there. And then we also look into Genesis 1. This is 1 to 2, like uNkulunkulu wadala emhlabeni and was created out of nothing. I heard one Bible scholar come out and say, if uNkulunkulu create into out of nothing, ekungabe nalutho. Kusho ukuthi lutho, I mean, ekungabe nalutho is something to God. If God can create something out of nothing, then it means nothing is something. I need into empty that God was a creator of it. So even if you look at yourself and you think you are nothing, He created the universe out of nothing. And that is one thing that's really important. Amandla. So number one, sibona namandla okudala that no one have. There's a story in us from there was an argument with uNkulunkulu Satan, which one who can create. And then was okay, let's go to a place where there's nothing, and in the desert, and then they start creating. So Satan was a Tata Sabbath. Was it? No, that's mine. Find something else. What's Bamba starts? So say, no, put that way, again. What's Bamba Lynch was no, leave the story. Create something out of nothing. That was what was asking him. So the story goes that eventually he killed the white dad. So the first thing the man Moses said about Dala is Zinto, out of nothing. And later while Elohim lisho ukuvela or ukuvelela nemandla kanti ukusetshenziswa obuningi begama elithi Elohim uveza umqondo wobukhosi nokweqa. So masithi sikhuluma ngokweqa sikhuluma something that is far beyond the normal, the word Elohim it also ikhuluma ukuthi uNkulunkulu is transcendent, or mabuka the word transcendent and lisho ukuthi uNkulunkulu odlula any normal human being that we know. Is way above, is transcendent, than any other human. So that's the God that we serve, who created. That's one on the Sunday. But number two, the creation account, more better from Genesis 2, verses 4 to 25. Sithola ukuthi ubonisa ukuthi unemandla anganamkhawulo, ukwazi ukukhuluma amandla kaNkulunkulu anganamkhawulo futhi nesikhathi asikulimithi. In other words, the fact that uNkulunkulu can create izulu within 6 days tells you which isikhathi does not limit him. Now we're going to prepare for your exam just for 1 week, 6 days. We need a month or even a year to prepare for a final exam, you know. So one thing that we learned, did not need, I mean, he is God. He did not need billion years to create. For him, 6 days is what he needs. In fact, in a corner, 6 days, so in the Latin as man, so we can relate to what he has done. Imagine I created something that is what we call a hybrid, you know, and no one can relate to it. So he has to do it in a smaller version so that you and I can relate. Otherwise, he could have done everything in one day because he has the creative power that is who we serve. So we serve a God of creation. That is why insult, and we say this, we insult if some call, because we are confused it's how after creating finding if in a color mom, let's say color while mama say kitchen busy preparing food. If there is no food, but why? Because we're short, you can't see at the top of the table, and you can't see what mom is doing on top of the table. Therefore, so a color. But there is no food. Some of us we are like that. Say a color and is busy preparing great things. He is the creator. You may not see what he's doing, you may not see how he does things, but he has the creative power. So that is one thing that we should not miss. And I must check again Monday. We also learn from everything that white with. We have relative books, you know, from Genesis 1:4, where I should say 10 books, 12, 18, 21, 25, verse 31. You know, more from the verse 31 there's a difference. My favorite verse 31 to very good. You know, so the phrase, and I'm probably explain, you know, the phrase that means it was good. It also means that God was happy with what he saw. So when something is good, Japanese, anyway, Pele, should die. When something this thing does not need improvement. Yeah, so that is one beautiful thing. However, when you finished creating humanity, this is very interesting. Then but this is very good. Remember, Magastana was Stana in Fanigus work. And the Marseilles born as mover, but this is very good. You know, so that's one thing that the writer wanted us to know. And you know, God did not need billions of years to create because he is all powerful. These things we accept them by faith. You know, even now, I want to Israel done billions. They need faith because they are not there. You know, so that is what we do. You know, the Siktola on Monday. And then Tuesday, Kulman Savat. I'll just go straight to the points or the pointers that I find on this part. In Genesis 2, from 2, 3, also Exodus chapter 8, where Sabbath was given as a part of God's commandment, as part of intent. So number one, in the situation, ukugcina Sabbath usuke ukubonisa ukukholwa kwethu ukuthi uNkulunkulu udalile and ukudala kwakhe wakuqedelela ngeSabbath. So it's an expression ebonisa ukuthi he rested and completed everything on that day. So that is one thing that we pick from the Sabbath one. And then number two, we also know to say ukugcina usuku lweSabbath. Kusuke kubonisa nokuthi nathi ibody yethu it is a physical rest because it can be malbala. come on to our rest, not because he was tired, but more means an instrument so that we are not God. So we can learn to be able to see him. So we also rest. Physical rest is important. I know what which is Sabbath is not for the physical rest, it's for spiritual. But spiritual, but also they should not miss the point that it also serves for the spiritual physical rest. Rest. If you are a builder on Sabbath, you don't build. That's a physical rest. In as much as it's more spiritual, but it also has a physical resting in it. And also, the Sabbath also marks the end of human's history and suffering. So one parent most of the time to me, particularly myself, Mom, 7, get a very stressful week sometimes. Sabbath is the day where you can say enough about the suffering, and even as penny, things that we have completed. Umbhalo now ubonisa uqeda kwesentual Exodus 14:10 to Moses were complete sanctuary. It means it gives you the sense of sigh, those more or something is now complete. So once along, King Solomon, Temple, 1 Kings 7:40-41. Now, what's more completed or rest? So in it's very important. It's not Sabbath. You must complete more projects that you're doing during the week. Because Sabbath, if we call projects are completed. I know some of us may have project for 3 years, but for 3 years, milestone every day, every week, every month, every quarter, 6 months, a year. So at least more than Sabbath to make sure my milestone for that week are completed. That the learner is into what you're supposed to do. That's another fundamental lesson in Torah. And also, after the fall, salvation is pointed to a miracle or mangaliso. Salvation, so after the fall, you get a chance to be redeemed. Sabbath. In fact, many of us see the segela Sabbath because we've been too busy running everywhere and there. But in Sabbath, we get to remember, hey, there's a God who's standing there, and we are going of it again. So we pause and then we reflect. We thank Him for the week. So it's a week of salvation, viewing the matter of sin. And lastly, Sabbath that's the other thing which I'm going to highlighted. So the bonus at the end of ultimate end of human suffering. So the day which is happening, that will be the ultimate end of suffering. We would have entered the Sabbath rest. In fact, when we start the spirit prophecy, when we say 6,000 years will exist, and therefore the 7,000 should be a time for the earth to rest. And some have already done calculation to estimate this by 2027. Should be the end of 7,000 years. You can see the Revelation 18 will destroy a bomb to destroy the earth. So we are definitely approaching a time when the whole earth, not only humans, but the whole earth, the vegetation, animals, sun, everything needs to get to a point where even the Sabbath. And Sabbath was not named on the cross. Someone will be listening at it. It was named on the cross. Luke 4:16, Jesus kept the Sabbath. John and Sabbath, the guy of whom made temple. And also when we read in chapter 24, this is 20, winter or nosuku lweSabatha. And uyakhuluma after celebrating permanent, uyakhuluma about events that will happen after celebrating permanent. Before we tell what's in, there will come a time when you persecute what is social. Kulekani ukuthi kubaleke ungabe ngeSabatha or ubekake kazetshwe njalo if iSabatha ithe permanent. And afterwards, one thing usuke Sabatha, Paul 18, Acts chapter 18, verse 1, 17, verse 2. Maningi amavesi abonisa ukuthi Paul one thing usuke Sabatha afterwards. So, and then Isaiah 66, verse 23, verses from 1 to Isaiah 66, verses 23. Sabatha is eternal. Must feel as we to clean Sabatha for eternity. So that is another thing that we note. And then no Wednesday, we are learning to about Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, that is going to send you so to us fools we find it that statement was told by the Bible is listening very important to say we as a sinner are in the image of God. I want to pair our darling image of God. Lion can be powerful, but we are the ones who are created the financial of God. And what sense are Safanana. So now the question is, what sense is Safanana? Yin the purpose in finance. Yin the purpose. Yin in John, the image. How do you think? Yin the purpose. If I say, here's my image, I think I have one. What is the purpose of this image? This is my image. I'm not sure you see it. This one, it's my image. But now the question is, what is the purpose behind the image? Can study and do everything well, but the John, the purpose, the image is strong values. Ubonisa, the original. Ubonisa, the real. Near the express image of the actual. So if we want to see the mom from you can almost see, that image before you can even see the sun. Sometimes, most of the time, often the most wanted criminal. If one a picture, they will do whatever they can to find the person. So, and they find the exact one. There are softwares that people use now, technology to reflect the actual image. So now it's a talent funding is therefore funding is reflecting the image. Imagine putting a storm, or if it's a mirror to look for yourself more free on monkey. So your mirror is showing you a monkey, but the mirror must reflect who you are. So that's the aspect. There's an image of God. You can't be only holding his hand, then zero Satan after September, zero Satan in my card, zero Satan, zero Satan, in many other places. We cannot. So therefore it tells you we are not reflecting the image. That's your responsibility. Who done away with the image who's near a high responsibility that you and I must account for. So that's one thing that we need to know. Who done away from funding. At least understanding of the place, then you don't need to account. But now we're made in the image, and not only that, it's in our myself for that I'm going to do a paid reputation. It's in our poor Adam, poor Sunday, and so done. There's more inside, so simple. And so the flesh the spirit and the mind was like his maker. So that's our responsibility. This is what we are going to account for when we see a teenage out of Fanamuda. And then in our social biology on Thursday, come about of humanity, which is what I've spoken about. One started with Genesis 2 verses 8 was he planted the garden in the east, but he will eat everything. And this is your garden. So he gave us environmental responsibility. So as humans, we're able to take care of nature. That includes animals. Shouldn't be killing them to eat. It includes our development of war, all destroy, what says destroy. So our duty is to take care of the environment. 2, our duty is to Genesis 1 verse 29. While we are taking care of the environment, we should not eat the tree in the middle. We know our restrictions that we have. So our duty as humans is to know what our restrictions. Where does our restriction end? So that we don't ascend into that we one lady was, this is where I must go and stop. The last one is God has given us as a gift to manage women. And I think the way I want to contract there is a gift too, because it's in a way a gift that cannot exist unless created by God, like Adam. It cannot exist unless there's a woman. The woman is a gateway to life. That is why if a man who say, when I want to change my life or join the church or come to your church and some nice women, that thought doesn't come down by because certainly we are using this precious gift as something that we can do anything like, and that is not our duty. Our duty is to protect the gift, take good care of it. If you have sisters, still do that. But outside of our home, inspiration is sweet nothing. So we must take good care of our sisters, our love ladies in the church without needing anything, hidden agenda. So it is our responsibility that we do take care of. So our Caesar, as we think about medicine and as we reflect to find ways that we can use to glorify God. So it's either environmental, women, or water. We're not supposed to eat everything to glorify God. So what says as we see, as we think about these things, amen. Let us pray. Also help us to do our best and we step on the Simonis and Osis Minister to be closing. Kai, I will see to see a need. It's not to see, not to see Simonis and Jason.